Hey guys, dOOmERdaZe here. Hey, I just wanted to give y'all a look at my graphics setup here that I have for ATS as well as ETS. It's set up, it's similar in the same way, but I'll be doing a video on that one a little bit too as well, just to show you what it looks like there as well. But I think it looks better in ETS than it does in ATS. I don't know, maybe I don't know, the graphics just look better. I don't know, maybe there's more love there, who knows. It is their baby, but anyway, both of them are their babies, but either way, I think there's just a lot more work has gone into ETS. But anyway, we're not here to debate which game is better, because both of them are excellent. And anyway, so what I did on my in the Nvidia control panel here is if you go back over here, if you go over here to the global, the only thing that I did was pre-render frames of 4. You can't set anything higher in here. It won't let you unless you use the Nvidia inspector, and I don't use it, so you know, it works just as good. And then I also have vertical sync turned off. I don't normally use it all the time. And then go over to your program settings and you'll find your profile for your American Truck Simulator, and everything that's in the black is what I've changed or updated or whatever, or turned on or off. Anti-aliasing mode is application setting. Anti-aliasing setting is at 8. Transparency anti-aliasing is 8x super sample. Pre-rendered frames is 4. Yeah, set it 4. Yeah. And power management is prefer maximum performance. Shader cache is on. Texture filtering anisotropic sample optimization is on. And you'll see down there it says if you get shimmering, turn it off. If you want higher performance with minimal loss of image, turn it on. So I turned it on. Negative level of detail bias is set to clamp. The clamping, or not the clamping, texture filter quality is quality. Trilinear optimization for texture filtering is set to on. Threaded optimization is set to auto. Triple buffering is set for use global setting, and vertical sync is set to off. And that's what I have in my profile and for my American Truck Simulator. None of this stuff here you have to change unless you just want to change color settings or some nature, change your resolution or whatever. But technically you don't have to do anything there but other than manage their 3D settings. So once you're done with that, then we're going to jump over to the config.cfg file. Sorry guys, I've been up for a while, kind of tired. Been playing around with all this and making a few modded changes and stuff to my advisor and all of that other stuff. I'll show you that here in a minute. But anyway, so what I've done here in the config.cfg file was and that changed my settings back, didn't it? It sure did. That's supposed to be set to 2. Sorry about that. I normally have that set already. I had it up a while ago in the game and the game changed it. That's probably why. But now it's set. And then we'll just save right there. So anyway, there's what I changed there. Normally that's already changed. I had the game up and running earlier and I made changes in it and it overwrote and put the settings back. But anyway, here you go. There I set bloom to 2, all of it pretty much, and then override is set to 0. That was already on like that. And then on further down you're gonna come to of course you got your normal maps of 1 and sun shafts and so on, and then color saturation. I found that to be, if you go low it makes the game look kind of ugly, and if you go higher, of course, you know, saturation, right? So between 3 and 4 is pretty good. 3.5 is a little high, but just depending on your setting. But play around with those settings in between 2.8, 2.5, 2.8 to 3.4 something like that. It should work pretty good for you. All the colors here are turned off to 0. Color correction is turned on. If it says 0, then you need to change it to a 1, and vice versa. Cloud shadows is 1. Let's see what else. I have MLAA off, as well as in the profile over here it's off as well. And HDR is on for your high dynamic range. And then texture size, let's see what else do we got here. Set your gamma to 1. I believe if in some cases 1 works pretty good for the most part. Anything lower or higher, it just, I don't know, kind of degrades the quality of the picture or something, I suppose. Anyway, on further down, I do have MSAA on. I have it set to 1. As you'll see up here, this is set to 0. You can use both, or you can use one or the other, but I found that MSAA works or looks better than MLAA does. I tried both. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, really, but you can. And then I'm running at 1980 by 1020. 1920 by 1080. I'll get it out in a minute. Man, I'm tired. Okay, DX9, of course you can't change that unless you know a trick that I don't know. I've tried putting DX10 in there and it just defaults back to DX9 or something else screws up. But anyway, I'm sure there's a trick that you can fake it to make DX10, I'm sure, but we're not going to go there. Hopefully they'll come out with DX10, 11, 12, whatever it's going to be. Hopefully that's what they're doing. Maybe they just ain't told us yet. Anyway, on further down past that, you can set your traffic. Right now I have it set to 0, so there's no traffic. So when I go in the game to show you, you don't have the traffic in the background noise and all that. You just, you know, you don't have no traffic running at the moment. And then so we'll leave that off, and you can turn it. I normally keep it to 2.5, something like that, which is fine. If you're using a traffic mod and you got this set to high, you're going to get a lot of traffic, so it might slow your system down. So keep in mind that can be changed from 1 to 10, I believe it is, and just make sure you use that kind of sparingly in a way, unless you just like a lot of traffic. But anyway, on down with that, we'll have developer set to 1. Of course, we all know that. Most people do. And further down from that, you'll have your, you can change your fly speed here, like flying around in the world or whatever. That's usually a given number anytime you change it. Doesn't do anything for graphics, sorry. But anyway, let's see, what else did we do? Of course, your reflections and grass density and veg detail and all that is set to high as it'll go. Then you got set your console to 1 if you want to use your console. And then of course VSync is turned off, and anisotropic filtering is set to high. That shows in the game, and your texture detail is set to high. So that pretty much is what I have set in here. I don't, maybe there's some other settings that I could change or modify, I don't know, but I've tried some and I don't get any results. But anyway, we'll go on with the video. And then the last thing that I did over here was in the GeForce Experience. You'll see over here it says optimal. They suggest you to turn it on whatever. I think this is just merely for lower end machines, or maybe you're having trouble getting the game to run or whatever. You can try these settings and then try to run the game again, see if that works for you, and then you can adjust accordingly. But I like setting mine you know, manually. So pretty much everything is you know, I've got MLAA off, which shows over there in the config file, and then color correction is set to on, which is in the config file, and depth of field is off because I don't like blurred distances. I guess it just, I don't know, it looks nice, but in some cases it don't. at least for me. But you can either turn it on or off. It's just preference, really. It's not going to make your graphics look that much better or any different, really, as far as I know. And then of course grass density is set as high as it'll go. If you can change that to medium or low or whatever you like. High dynamic range is set to on. Light visibilities is set to high. Mirror distance is high. Mirror quality is high. You can set this to ultra in the game, but high works pretty good. Resolution, I think, or one or the other, you can set to ultra, and then resolution is set to high. Normal maps is on. Pedestrians are on. Reflection detail is high. Resolution is at 1920 by 1080. My scaling is set to 400. If you bump it down to 125, it just makes the world look a little funny. I don't know, it makes it look blurry, or it's unclear, or maybe the textures are not, I don't know, to me it doesn't look right. So 400 works for me. You can play with that between those numbers or whatever that makes you feel comfortable. And secondary vehicle lights are on. Your shadow quality is set to high. I think you can only go up to high anyway. You can turn those down if you really don't like the shadows or whatever, but the shadows make the game look nice, you know, with the trees and everything blowing in the wind and stuff like that. I mean, you know, you're going down the highway taking a load to, I don't know, LA or whatever, and you know, and you're doing 70 and 80 miles an hour. I mean, who's going to see shadows, right? It'd just be a blur. Got to get that load done, man. Anyway, sun shafts are set to on. Texture quality is set to on. Traffic headlights are on. Vegetation is high, and the weather quality is high or is at ultra, so you get nice weather quality. And the Nvidia multi-frame sampled anti-aliasing, oh my god, I can't even talk, current is off. It also, even in optimal, it's set to off, so you know, you can play around with it. I really can't see a whole lot of difference between the two, so it just really comes as preference, you know, if you want to use that. But you can play around with these settings to get what you want. This is just what I have on mine. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the game right quick, and I'll show you what the game looks like. We'll go ahead and jump in, run DirectX, and then we'll play that. And we'll go ahead and close out this config file here. And you'll see up at the top I am running Reshade and SweetFX. We'll go ahead and get in there. I'll show you my SweetFX right quick before we even get into the game. You can see that I'm running this, and it is the latest version. And running curves with FXAA, vibrance, clarity, colorfulness, levels, SMAA. And you can I run these others from time to time if I want a different look in the world and kind of adjust it a little bit. You can play around with that, but those are the ones that I use the most, and those work the same way. I have them on ATS as well, same exact settings and everything. So there's that. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and get in, and then I'll go into Mod Manager right quick so you can see. I have my background at the top. I have no bloom. I have my that's irrelevant really, it's not graphics. Starlight mod, realistic graphics mod. Really that's about the only thing that really changes, you know, the graphics in that. That's really pretty much it, really. There's no other graphics mod really other than realistic graphics mod, and maybe some tweaks in here in the bloom, and then other than that, that's about it really. And then the maps I'm running, you know, Viva Mexico, Puerto Rico, San Carlos, Mexis map, Mexico map, ATMX map, coast to coast, US expansions, Canadream, and Radiator Springs, and project going north. And there's the ATMX map, and Rick's PP's ATS, and the rest of the stuff is just mods that I have in there, you know, for personal use, you know, mountains and vegetation and so forth to help the graphics look a little bit better as well. And then on top of that, you know, some, you know, trucks and what have you, and some mods of mine that I make, and my advisor mod that I just finished up and changed a lot of things to it. Finally got it pretty much where I want it now. Everything is kind of centered. It's in the lower right. I've been working on it, adding a few here and there, and just finally it's looking pretty good. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and jump into the game, and then I got my map background that's for the game. And so we'll go ahead and jump into the game right quick. It don't take very long to load it. Alright guys, we're back up here, and you know, you can see the map. You know, of course, you know, most of you probably know about the map background already. Everything looking good. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and drive, and then we'll let you see what that looks like. Alright, there's the game, and it's what, 7:23 p.m. There's what the game looks like right now in the evening time. Reshade and SweetFX is on. I'm going to turn it off right now. That's off. See, it just makes the whole world look almost like the same color everywhere you look. With the exception of a few things here and there, you can see there's color, I'm sure, but using without it, the whole world just looks like that pretty much everywhere, except for, you know, color where there's color, sure, but when you turn it on, it just makes the whole world just come alive. Look at that. I've got it set up pretty decent, you know, for right now anyway. It looks, you know, really nice, you know. Turn that off. You can see that better. Show you to see how the mountains look back there in the background. That's with the reshade and SweetFX on. That's with it off. I don't know. You be the judge. Does it look better off, or does it look better on? I mean, it looks like the sun is actually shining on the world, you know, because the sun is setting there. So yeah, you're going to get a nice cast onto that. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And so as far as that goes, turn it off, turn it on. See, it just looks like the sun is really shining in this direction. The trailer and the truck there for me. It's a modded 379/389. It has a Cummins engine in it, 605 that I have taken from Cummins website and used it and made an engine from it, and sounds pretty good. And so anyway, and the trailer modded by me, my company logo on there, 1-800-SPEEDY. And then so sorry about that. I don't know what is camera acting all goofy, but see how how it looks out there, man. That looks really nice, man. That's SweetFX and that on. That's off. See, it just looks more like it shines on the water. It looks real nice. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and change time, and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see, what time are we at right now? 8:22. We're gonna change it to 6 a.m. Whoops. Sorry, I can't even tie it down. Oh my God, are you serious? Can't even tie it. I'll get it in a minute. There we go. Now there's 6 a.m. now. See how nice that looks? Looks very nice. And then you can turn this off again. You can see what that looks like. Now it's just becoming morning. Turn it back off. Turn it back on. Off again. On again. Nice sun. It's going to be coming up over the mountainside there. Oops, trees got in the way there. So turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Okay. And anyway, so there you go. Just wanted to show that to you, let you see what you think about the graphics there. I think it looks pretty good. We'll do a little fly over here, and you can kind of see some of it. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Just come out here a little bit, kind of step back a little bit. You can kind of see what the world looks like a little. There you go. Sorry about the camera jerking a little bit. Let's turn that off. See, there comes the sun. That looks really nice. Look at that. Well, that's worthy of a screenshot, ain't it? Oh, I have to take a screenshot of that. Turn that off. That's really nice right there. Bam. Nice screenshot. Alright, so now I'm going to show you with it off. That's what it looks like off. I mean, it still don't look. It still looks good off either way, but I think it looks better with it on. You see what I'm saying? On or off. On. Off. On. Off. On. It just makes the color pop a little more. As I'll look over here at the. Come over here. Kind of step back over here. See. Just looks really good. Okay. All right. And then other than that, let me go back. And I know this. Well, I can't turn up the music right now. You ain't gonna be able to hear it anyway. So, all right. So, and then on the advisor, you can see up there. You see the map. Everything is kind of more or less centered better now. I've got F2 mirrors that I've created that work really well. You can turn one or the other off or on or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can turn the whole thing off by doing that. The advisor, turn it back on. Go to there, shows you delivery, next rest stop, and so on. You go there. I kind of modded this a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this, so I figured it out, and that's what I did. I put, as you can see on the damage there in information screen, it says truck above, trailer above, and cargo there with damage underneath there. It's got my logo on the trailer, Speedy Logistics, and your path to quick service. You know, hey, it is what it is. You know, looks pretty cool. And so there's my advisor and everything, and you know, there's a few other things in there too. I also, if you look at the little mini map up there right below there, the thing there of your I guess your information line and navigation line and so on, but look at the map and you see, you know, it's transparent, and you can see on the map, you know, you can zoom in and out and all that just like you normally would do. And on that map, if you look at it, I had some borders that I made, like checkered borders, like red, green, I think black, yellow, a few other odds and ends I threw around the border. But as for a border, it looks pretty good. It's still in the mod. If you wanted to use those, you just go into that directory of that mod and just you know, either you could add your own as a border around the map, little mini map there you see, or you could rename the ones that's in the mod to the original name, which is bcg2.dds file. That's the file you can make your borders with if you wish. Or you could use some of the existing ones I did. I mean, you know, I think it looks better without the borders, really. If you really want my opinion, it looks just cleaner that way. But borders are really cool. I did some just playing around and testing some and got some pretty nice results out of a few of them, which wasn't too bad. But anyway, let me see if I can go in here real quick and adjust the sound real quick without it.
Only big pin, come on. Yeah, Gen 4 big.
And then we'll start up the truck so you can hear it. That's the engine I created. We'll take a little drive up the road here. Come out of the camera here. You can hear it out here pretty good. How is that the wrong way? That ain't the wrong way. I got traffic turned off at the moment. Alright, we're not going to worry about red lights. I don't even care. Just doing this for demonstration, so we'll just cruise down this way here. Let you hear that, let go a little bit faster here and let you hear the jake brake. Sounds pretty good, man, for my first sort of kind of engine, I guess. We'll turn around. Then I'll go outside so you can see the graphics there a little bit. See SweetFX on, or reshade off, and then back on. Off, and then back on. So it looks pretty good. I mean, both ways still looks good. Don't get me wrong, but I think it looks better that way. It makes the world look a little more alive, I think. See, the rocks look pretty nice, you know. They look pretty good there. Not too bad, I guess. Oh, why the brake light came on? Oh, I hit the brake. Okay. But yeah, there you go, guys. I just wanted to show you that and let you see what it looks like. And hope you like it. You know, I think it's a pretty nice setup as far as the graphics go. Looking pretty sweet, really. And yeah, it's pretty decent. I should have went around. Oh well. I just cut through here. But there you go, guys. Hope you like it. And leave some comments, or you know, if there's something I could have changed, or maybe something I forgot to change, or maybe I shouldn't have changed it. Hey, let me know. You know, and you know, maybe we can make it even better. But like I said, I am using SweetFX and all of that, and my SweetFX file is heavily modified by me, so I've changed a lot of settings in it. So I tend to change it, you know, and find the results that work really well, and I think I've got it look pretty good so far. And I mean, it could use a little bit more work. Take some of the, I don't know, some of the contrast down or something, you know. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and as always, guys, keep on trucking. Peace.